Crypto market is starting to change lives. And I mean it. If you look at the market right now, the Bitcoin dominance is dropping, dropping, and dropping. That literally creates tons of opportunities. If you are looking at this market, you're literally watching in front of you a lot of these coins popping 20, 30, 40% for the last 24 hours. And it's not magic, it is in the charts. We were talking about a lot of these focusing, and it needed some patience, a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and now we are watching all of them popping like 30% for the day, 40% for the day. Literally, all of these assets have been posted for the SI family, and now when we look back to them, 50% for the day. Like a lot of them are starting to take off, break through these targets, meaning resistance, which is primarily happening because money flow is now towards altcoins. Now, don't go euphoric at that point because you need to study what the market is doing. The moment you understand we're going this way and you have a long road, now you are like, okay, focus on opportunities, focus on breakouts, focus on wherever you see momentum and look for continuation. So first point to look for the dominance would be here, 52.58. Now that itself would give some room for a lot of small to micro cap coins, and medium cap will also move. But take a look at XRP. While the price was here, we told watch this. Now it's broken through that. What next? Because Ether, on the other hand, has been running a little bit ahead of its time and it's slowing a little bit down, just like the Bitcoin. It's now trying to break through this pattern, and this pattern is not a bad thing. It's something similar to that of Bitcoin. So what next? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Remember, 3-4 videos back, I've been talking about this. We are ready to launch. Last opportunity to buy there. And right now, when you go back into the market, you can actually see this. It is the reality of the price action. You're not at 0.5 anymore. The price is at 0.63. What do that mean for you? If that doesn't look good for you, now I would argue go on a 3-day chart, go on a weekly chart, just focus on the RSI. Now, if you are confused, let's do that together. This is a trend line in the RSI. So the micro trend line broke here, you went up. Now, the next parallel formation is here, which you're breaking back to the upside. Yes, you can consider that as a standard deviation and put the logic saying, okay, we need to break this back to the upside. That's one view. Now, if you want to look at the current trend and how things are evolving compared to what we have seen historically, this is something you may need to look at. So we have this pattern which we are breaking to the upside after a long consolidative movement. So once that happens, historically speaking, falling wedges, when it breaks to the upside, pushes the price higher. Now, this is the start of the month, March. We have a long way to go. So how long do you think the price is going to push? I think we may actually easily break through $1. Now, yes, that's super conservative outlook for this asset. While you watch a lot of these assets running like crazy, 50% move on a day, right? So yes, you have a ton of opportunities in the market. We've been trading, we hit 10x for our 3x trading bag. Now, recently we've started even adding some 2x, but 6 months, and that's a good return with way lower risk than going into a highly levered trade. Now, when you're in the market and you're looking at all of these big guys trying to jump back in, you need to keep this in your mind. Opportunities are still here and liquidity is entering the market. More and more liquidity is coming, and some of that is really interested in altcoins. You can see this. And we talked about this yesterday when we had the daily close. We were talking about this for last 2 days. The moment you got this as a confirmation, we were like, okay, fine. More and more money is about to flow into the altcoins. And that's one of the reasons why we were able to spot these kind of moves in the market. And we capitalized on a few of them, right? You guys saw all of those in the Telegram alerts. When I opened a trade, when I closed a trade, what happened? Yes, some of them were just break even, but some of them did make big. And that's something you have to do consistently. If you take 10 trades, not all of them are going to be a big bang. Some of them are going to be mediocre or even losers, but some of them make up for it and do big numbers. And that's where you come back here and look at the volume here. The volume is really interesting. If you're focusing on volume, you're like, fine, what's happening? Some of these assets are attracting 200 million, 300 million, 500 million a day. And these are not the large cap coins which we are talking about, right? And that's where you need to see that the money flow is going into the altcoins. We're going for the $2.5 trillion crypto market cap. And that we have seen a lot of these meme coins popping. Now, let's go back. Let's actually look at XRP for what it is. Without noise, we'll go on a line chart. We want to reduce the noise as much as possible. And look at this. So this is the most conservative way of looking at the market, reducing as much noise as possible and picking these outliers. Now, if you wanted to, you can actually drop it like this too. But we're trying to be conservative here, right? So in reality, on a weekly chart, now we are watching that the price action is breaking through. So you have the 1, the 2, the 3 as a retest. Great. So what are we looking next for XRP? A move like this is going to be a decent move. Now, the bottom is here for sure. You can look for 80 to 90% or 100% move. But on the conservative side, you can put the argument we may do a 65, 70% move. That's why I was saying, okay, by this month, if we manage to do this, complete this, that's the psychological level for XRP. And the price action would move. And as we move, you will see a lot of these small caps popping through. Within the payment space, you have some small caps, medium caps, micro, and we're watching them moving. So focus on where the money is going on that time when you're taking those trades. Remember, when we were entering in some of those trades, we were looking at this before we took those entry. And that's one of the reasons why we had that advantage in the market, whether it's this breakout here or it was this breakout here, right? So you focus on this and look at which direction the money is flowing for that particular hour or that particular range. Go on a 4-hour chart. And if you understand that was gaming attracting more, you look at gaming. We're like, no, it's infrastructure attracting more or payments. You focus on those. It gives you a lot of opportunities in the market. Now, when you're here, we have to keep in mind that there's a lot of people looking at multiple payment assets. Say this is XLM. And when you do look at them, you kind of get the idea, okay, this asset was doing fine. There was a little bit of corrective session. And right now, this is what the price action is trying to do. So the moment you see this breaking to the upside at this point, put this line here for the reference, that's 0.05248. The moment XDC break that to the upside, that's good. Now, you go on a weekly chart for the same, and you would like to look for a reversal, a signal of reversal. Now, what the hell is that candle showing you? The last candle here is showing you it's erasing last 3, 4, 5 weeks of corrective action. But this level is something you have to keep in mind. That was a previous resistance support before and here too. So you need to break through this range, and the moment you do that, this pattern is alive. You now start a big move to the upside. So it's not just about one asset. It's not just about one segment. It's about the entire market attracting a lot more capital. Now, you have to go here, look at the Bitcoin side. Because when Bitcoin is slowing down or dropping, and Bitcoin dominance is still dropping, yeah, altcoins are not taking a big hit, but it's not actually popping through the roof, right? That's the reality. But then you have to focus on the entire altcoin market to see Yeah, the entire market is not moving. Very few of them are moving. That's where you go into the micro analysis of which of these are moving. Do they have volume? Is there a breakout? What's the measured move? Is the move already done? Those kind of things. And that's why I say if you want help for those, look at the SI family. 1,000+ members are readily taking benefits of what I'm posting there. When I buy, when I sell, whatever I do, you guys see that there. People go through the one-on-one sessions, talking through your portfolio, giving you guys the thoughts of what I'm about to look for. If it's me, I would do these. If it's me, I wouldn't have this asset. If it's me, I would double down on this asset, right? So that kind of thought process is what we go through during those one-on-one sessions. And I'm watching a lot of different people saying, okay, in 3 months, I've seen this and I'm happy. And in 6 months, I've erased this amount of loss. I'm like, great, perfect. Now what? From here, this is where the capital or the wealth building phase goes in. Because when the market goes in full euphoria, if you're not making wealth, that's going to be really, really, really hard for you to make in any other market. Because the moment you go into a lot of these assets on the macro chart and look at this, I mean, there is no argument here. There has been a lot of different people putting this as a retracement. We are about to go back down. Remember all those? Yeah, you guys have to remember who gave you those kind of thought process, right? When the price was still here or when the price was still here. Now, the market is at 3,500, getting close to the all-time highs ranges. Why is that important? Because when you go through this, the history shows you something. We are repeating a lot of these patterns. So the moment you understand there is a lot of these happening, you're going through just this and you have this phase coming in, capitalize on that. Maybe it's just 2 months, maybe it's just 3 months. But while that lasts, capitalize on that. And when you want to exit, make sure you see something like this. Now, you will get this for sure. That's a divergence. It's showing it's cooling down. The buying power is slowing down. Big guys are starting to exit. But you still had another leg where it was confirming that divergence, right? So you will see these kind of moves. Sometimes it's going to be super manipulative moves. You literally have to focus on those. You literally have to look for any of these, right? If the market is giving you these kind of signals, at some point, yeah, that's a trap. You need to understand that and de-risk your trades. Otherwise, the moment the tide goes off, you'll be caught naked in the market. So make sure you understand what you're doing and don't go ultra levered. Now, if you are a master of this art of trading, go for that 10x, 20x, 30x. But if you're starting out and leverage, it comes with a lot of emotional balance, psychology and all. So if you don't have that yet, don't just do a 10x because someone else on Twitter or YouTube is doing that. They would have spent 10 years to master this art. Success comes later. Practice, hard work, learning, patience, that comes first. Just like you go to hit the gym, it doesn't pop through the first day. You go there 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2, 3, and then you actually see real gains, the big gains. Same thing here. You need to put in the time, effort, and energy. And if you want alerts of someone who has put in that amount of time, looking through these opportunities, giving you guys those, that's why I say SI family gives you a huge advantage. Now guys, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, obliterate that for me. Hit that like button. I'll meet you guys on next video. Bye for now.